What's going on, guys? I'm Sunnymus Boy, and today I'm actually back with a sequel to Sunday's video. Now, I was actually going to wait maybe 2 weeks and let that video marinate to make this video, but I decided to pause all other projects and work on this one full time to adjust a lot of things left over from the previous video. Now, when I was scripting the last video, it was actually a lot more critical and neutral originally, but at some point I shifted more into the humorous style of writing that I had in that video. And while it made for a really funny video, it came at the expense of other people. I wrote that video like no one I mentioned would see it, which is why it was a lot more crude and exaggerated. I obviously don't want to curb stomp W's family, what? And the video actually did end up blowing up to an extent, and while I did get a decent amount of subscribers from it, that's just not how I want to get popular on YouTube. I want to do this just by talking about things I like and not spewing out hate speech, and while I do stand by some of the points I did make in that video, I did go too far and started essentially just bullying people, doing the exact same thing I told people not to do. I just disagree with W, I don't actually hate the guy, please chill y'all. So I really want to go back and dedicate the first segment of this video as an apology to some, not all, of the people I mentioned in that video.
Apologize for endorsing baby powder. I made a mistake.
Okay, W, while I am sorry to you, I actually really am. Some of the name calling I did in that video was just not cool. I'm not gonna let you 100% off the hook simply just because a lot of your fans are fucking assholes. Oh my god, some of the comments I have gotten from that video, a lot of them do justifiably call me out, and there are some good reasons to call me out on that, just because some of the stuff in that video wasn't good. Some of these comments just boil down to calling me fat, and I think that's really, really funny. I do stand on the points I made in that video, but at the same time, the name calling, I just don't. Y'all, my lame ass also needs to wear glasses. I just simply don't, and it's actually the reason why I'm partially blind in one eye.
Whoa! Is that blackface, dude?
So, can y'all just chill on W? I don't like him, I'm not gonna lie, I don't fuck with him, and I never will. But, don't harass him and don't, name call him, okay? Just chill, y'all. Also, shout out to Sunnymus Prime for reaching out to me on behalf of W and making a case for him. Sunnymus is just a great guy, and I enjoyed talking to him. He actually helped a lot in the making of this video. So drop him a follow, link will be in the description. This guy's the Ninjago GOAT of all time.
I made another mistake.
Okay, now this is an account I'm actually not 100% on. Now, they've actually made it clear that a lot of the statements I made in that video are false, and she actually cleared up some misconceptions I've made about her in that video. And we realized, yeah, I was being a massive, dickhead. But she also dropped the bombshell that
She's 14!
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Now, this is something I didn't know. Oh god, I sound like Lightning McGroomer.
Lightning McGroomer? Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't heard that shit before. Oh wait, I've never heard that shit before because you never groomed fucking children before.
And while what I said still isn't right, regardless of how old she is, I'm not even that much older than her. She's as old as my little brother.
Dude, what the f? Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family.
It is obviously still bad on my part, and I should have just talked to some of these people instead of just jumping to conclusions from random posts. And while she did put me on blast on Instagram, I'm not really mad at her because I was being a dickhead. I just think it's funny that she put up my picture to insinuate, I don't know, that I'm ugly, which is really funny because I already put, the worst picture of me in that video. This is public information. Yeah, no shit, my face is in every video I make. But, nevertheless, she is just a kid, and I'm not gonna hold that against her. It's also really hard to be sincere when she follows Chris Creator and Now, I'm really hoping this is some kind of misunderstanding just like the last time, and if it is, then please let me know so this can all just be settled and left to rest. However, Chris is just a very awful person, and anyone who associates with him just does not fly in my book. I do not care. Chris makes it very apparent what kind of person he is several times and has threatened and harassed multiple other people in the past. And the phrase guilty by association isn't always untrue, which actually brings us to the main subject of today's video. I genuinely hate this guy. And while W is just someone who doesn't really like the show, which who really cares, it's not that deep, Chris Creator is an actually depraved person. Come on guys, I know some of the people in this video are on the younger side, but let's be real, kids are much smarter than we actually give them credit for.
I think kids are smarter and better than all this junk,
And while the guy actually is 16, and that's still somewhat young, he's also old enough to know better. Now, for those of you who don't know Chris, he has made a name for himself in the Ninjago community for being just a massive fucking dickhead. He's the guy who started the fucking Save My Boy Cole hashtag. Now, for a bit of context, this is in reference to in season 2 of Ninjago Dragons Rising, during a scene where Bonzel, a skeleton, explaining her backstory and expressing just how much she cares about the Finders, sort of like found family of lost people led by Cole, and how much they have become a family to her.
It was in the land of lost things where I finally found what I was looking for. My family. Cole, Geo, you and the Finders filled that lonely feeling inside me with a warmth I'd never known.
And during that same scene, Cole actually takes Geo's hand and they seem to kinda have something going on. And this just set Chris off. I'm gonna make this very, very clear. I am not an intolerant person. Basically, anyone is welcome here on this channel, regardless of race, religion, sexuality, or gender, because I'm a sick son of a bitch and I kick puppies and skin infant babies. I mean, this is a channel dedicated to just nothing but nerd stuff, so it's already a small enough club as it is. But I am not gonna pander to just some dude bros on the internet just for views. I'm not gonna sell out like that, that's just dumb. However, I am gonna come right off and say it. I actually don't really ship Geode. I have nothing against the pair, and I think Geo is actually a really good character. I'm just more of a Eroace Cole kind of guy, you know? I just really like the idea of Cole not really being interested in dating anyone. But I wouldn't even say it's 100% out of character, since Cole just hasn't shown interest into anyone else before. And for those of you asking what about Nia or Vanya, and that's without mentioning this moment, which is obviously a parallel to if someone were to come out to their parent.
There's something I've been wanting to tell you. I found something new that I'm really good at. Dad, I'm a ninja. And I know how ridiculous this sounds, but I'm proud of who I am. And I want you to be proud of me too.
Now, this ship isn't even 100% canon. It very well could be, but Ninjago has a couple of ships that never really go anywhere, even though there are implications of something romantic there. Kind of like Kyler's situation in Crystallized. So who knows whether Geode will end up blossoming or end up on the chopping block, kind of like Lurumi. But when this released, Chris Creator threw a fit. Which is really funny when this frame also exists in that exact same episode. The Ninja team have actually gotten a lot more touchy-feely with each other with Dragons Rising, and I actually really like that. It makes them feel a lot more like an actual family who have been living with each other for several years and have been depending on each other. Back to Chris. He started the Save My Boy Cole hashtag and actually started calling the show Gay Jago. I cannot say that with a straight face. That is absolutely hilarious. And what's funny is Chris actually started calling Geo a goblin when that's not even what he is.
I left home because I'm a Muntz, with the coloring of a Geckle. Muntzes and Geckles have always hated each other. So, no one wanted me.
Now, while Geckles do bear a resemblance to what a goblin would be, he is in fact a Muntz, which is more similar to that of like a troll or something like that, maybe even an ogre. And while people are always going to be homophobic and hateful towards those who are different from them, which is nothing new and wouldn't be worth a video on, Chris just decides to throw a whole box of matches onto the stove and then the whole house catches fire. He would not let this go, constantly saying hashtag Save My Boy Cole from the gay goblin and the woke writers. This is just so unnecessary. That's like me constantly screaming Save My Boy Lloyd from the evil girl and the bad writers. It's just ludicrous. Now, a lot of this seems to be tied to the fact that they are in fact Christian. When isn't a guy named Christian a Christian? And it really isn't helping with that stereotype that Christians are very hateful people to anyone who isn't like them. Now, I myself am not a religious person, but pretty much my entire family is Christian. And I know this isn't true. I've met some damn mighty kind Christians, even some I haven't met, like Generic Stud. He's a Christian Ninjago YouTuber, but he's not a dickhole, obviously, because they're just not evil people. He would also consistently harass people, especially Doc Wyatt, one of the lead writers and executive producers on Ninjago Dragons Rising. Be it in the comments or the quote tweets, you would not stop seeing this son of a bitch. I mean, just look at this. I don't know what to say. This is so absurd. Also, he just doesn't seem to like Sora because she's a furry when she just has cat headphones, and that's kind of it. That's a very common thing people actually have. I mean, you could go to your local Five Below and find it there. It's not that big a deal. He's also just a massive Andrew Tate dick rider. Literally all his tweets are either Trump or Tate, and well, I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually do find Andrew Tate really funny. And I mean that in a completely ironic way, because the shit this man says is just so absurd. Well, if he listens to everything Andrew Tate says...
This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number one, did it? You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still Megan Fox. What is straight? What is gay? It's all a big sliding spectrum, isn't it? Because if you're gonna sit here and go, oh no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick, I counter that argument. It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
I love this video so much. It's so damn funny. Now you're probably wondering what exactly happened to him.
He must have given up, thrown in the towel, abandoned his sad little masquerade.
People clearly weren't gonna take his bullshit and obviously made fun of him for it, and after a while he just kind of stopped with the Ninjago content entirely.
The power of the press triumphs.
Someone even asked him to go back to Ninjago content and he just straight up said no. Like just no, one single word. I bet anytime he sees Gio, it's like the gay goblin mask begging him to start posting again. Now, if he stopped posting, then why am I making a video on him and digging up all this old decrepit corpse for show and tell? Because that little house fire soon turned into a massive forest fire that decimated a massive chunk of the Ninjago community, and the ramifications of it are still felt to this day, with accounts like Stop Gay. No.
There's no way!
Estoy cansado, jefe.
I had already planned to mention this account, but I did not see that this account was actually run by and his profile picture is Donald Trump when he got shot for some reason. I don't know. And this is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life because oh my god. Now part of me almost thinks this has to be satire because there is no way. Like, how does someone actually talk like this and not realize just how cartoonishly evil they sound? He even kind of ran this like whole like Stop Gay Jago campaign, which actually led to this really funny tweet where he makes fun of Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 2 not making it into the top 10, when the reason it didn't do that is because the season already had leaked beforehand, and I just think it's funny. But funny enough, there actually is a dark timeline out there somewhere where this actually did work and the show completely overhauled to change. And we actually do have a little bit of proof of what that would look like with Transformers Earthspark. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the show there is a non-binary transformer called Nightshade, and they actually play like not too big of a role in the story, but when this episode came out, the media flipped out. There was news article after news article. They would not stop like berating Transformers and like something about, I don't know, it was just a bunch of like stuff like they're coming for your kids. And Nightshade actually became like a much smaller part of season 2. The writing room even changed for that season. Like it's all different writers, and even the animation got worse. Like the whole show just like dropped the ball super hard on season 2. I really don't like season 2. And I really wish they honestly would have doubled down and kept the same writing team and animation, because the series really could have been something special had they just continued and stuck to their guns. But no, we got stuck with, well, a forest fire in this case. But much similar to a real forest fire, life does continue to go on afterwards, even after everything has all been burnt to dust.
We are the Ku Klux Klan! We hate niggers! We hate Jews! We hate faggots!
Doc White actually confirmed Ninjago's viewers are only continuing to grow with each coming season, so obviously the Z-list Instagrammer isn't going to make a manage to put a dent into the franchise like Ninjago. But at the same time, it's so hard to not see a post when someone talks about Ninjago, and there's always that one person who always has to be like, it's a shame they made it gay. Now, man, how about I make you gay right now?
What do you mean by that?
I really do hope the community eventually settles down, but it's kind of staying the same right now. It's a little bit stagnant, which is actually what that first video was meant to address, even if I did go too far. Because, I mean, people hate this fan so much, they started to switch up on the final battle, and while it's not as action-heavy as some of the other finales, it is still insanely peak. Same thing with Dragon's Rising and how people act like that shit ain't also peak.
Don't you dare touch her! That's my sister.
Chainsaw, I'm fucking coming, I'm coming!
I really don't want to have to make any more of these videos again, and I can instead talk about other things but still keep this same style of editing, because drama aside, these videos are fun as hell to make. And another thing, guys, y'all, this is like a last second thing that I just found out as I'm recording this. Y'all, apparently, in a leaked message from Chris Creator, apparently Instagram wanted to offer him $5,000 a month to start posting about Ninjago again, I assume because he had a large following. And this is what he had to say to that. Now, I am glad he's not going back to posting Ninjago. I don't want, he should kill himself.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
But like, I find that really like deplorable on Instagram's part for wanting to again have him instigate in that kind of like behavior and activity again. And I'm a little ashamed to still be using that platform now, kind of, because like, what the, how do you, what? But at the same time, that isn't really gonna stop me from using Instagram. I care a lot about this specifically, but I don't care in the sense like that, like that much, you know? This is just crazy. But also, I really do love this, because seeing just how much he's turned from Ninjago after all of this, like, that's gone down, that is absolutely hilarious. I cannot, I just can't. Okay, this is just, oh my god. But it also brings me to this point. This is hands down the greatest comment I've ever gotten in my life. Okay, let's break it down here, because like there is so much to go off by here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, first off, I think it's funny that he starts with first off, because of the fact that I think it's really funny that he says first off, because he doesn't have any other like second things to say. It's just first off and then nothing. If first off, okay, yeah, the first is off because there is no first. It's just the only one. The fact that you're hating on other creators is wild. Yeah, fair point. That one, I'll actually give you that one. IDK if you're a boy or a girl with that hair, but I'm assuming you're props trans. Like, this is just so funny. Like, just because I have long hair, I'm probably trans. That is so fucking funny. Like, I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. If only there was something on my channel that could have indicated whether or not that was. Maybe, I don't know, the fact that my name starts with Mr. and ends with boy? That's funny. And then this next one, this one gets me. Mexican OT ain't gonna recognize you, bro. No need to look like him. Now, I don't know who Mexican OT is. I had to Google him for this video, and when I Google him, I don't think he looks like me that much. Like, the only similarities I see is like the fat face and the shitty mustache that I have. But that's just because my genes suck. I don't see it. Do you guys see it? Let me know in the comments. And this next one's funny. Actually, but like, also I want to go back to that because that's funny. I think really Mexican OT, that's the only guy you could think of to like insult me. You could have just Googled fat guy with long hair, and you would have found way more results that actually like pertain to me. Like, look at this motherfucker. You think this doesn't look like me? That's me. Like,
oh shit, that's me.
Like that is me. And I just think it's funny that all he had to say was Mexican OT. Hating on people, instead of hating on people, hate on yourself and hit the gym. See, that's another one I think about these hate comments. A lot of them are just calling me fat. They have nothing else to say. It's, wow, stop hating on people. Stop hating on the people I like. And hit the gym, fatty. I'm sorry, y'all. That is too funny. The fact that a lot of these comments just boil down to, wow, you fucking suck, and you're fat. That is just way too funny to me. Like, this is my favorite comment. You know, I'm gonna pin it just because it is that funny to me. And it's not because of, well, actually, no, I do like this comment. It's really funny. But, like, it's not obviously because I think what he's saying is right. It's just because it's that fucking funny. But, yeah. What's even more crazy is this guy doubles down on his transphobia. Like, which is ironic because this guy looks like if a goat became a human. That's just the best sense of irony possible. Like, dude, get the fuck on out of here. Transforms aren't welcome. So in conclusion, say Chris, I heard you like him. No, I'll stop. Say Alex, no, stop. Say peace.